A video game based on the Avalanche blockchain becomes a top downloaded game in the Epic's game store. This is really big for crypto's impact on the gaming industry. And Donald Trump's World Liberty Financial DeFi crypto project is about to do their token sale on Tuesday. But I'm a bit concerned, guys. I'm not bullish on this. I'll share the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got to start by talking about the DXY, the dollar currency index, because I'm seeing some bearish setup here on the daily chart. The DXY looks like it's hitting resistance and it's approaching the overbought zone from the RSI metric. So you guys know when it's nearing 70, we are overbought. When it's below 30 or at 30, it's oversold. So you have to look at these different indicators to see what direction we may keep going. Now, that's not to say the DXY can just push up a bit more to maybe 104 before ultimately rolling over. And this is what I've been sharing with you guys for months. There's an inverse correlation with risk assets like Bitcoin and altcoins in the stock market and the DXY. So if the DXY is pumping, typically you're not going to see much movement from the risk assets. However, this is not a perfect science. Sometimes there's deviation to this thesis, but more often than not, I would say 90% of the time, when the DXY is moving up, risk assets are not doing much. When the DXY is crashing, risk assets are moving up. So let's watch this closely. If it tops out this week or into next week, we may see Bitcoin and some altcoins start to move. And of course, everybody's waiting for October because right now it looks like October has been canceled, although September was not as bloody as it has been historically. But this goes back to the investing thesis where if the herd is expecting one thing, usually the opposite happens, right? So if everybody's expecting September to be bloody and bad and bearish, it's going to possibly do the opposite. Same thing for October. Everyone is expecting October. Well, the market may do the opposite. But guys, we know the macro factors are aligning and the market cycles are playing out here, both on the micro and macro. So we have to be patient. There has not been any invalidation of the bull market. When in doubt, zoom out. You see Bitcoin is still holding some significant highs. Obviously, we needed to break through 73K, the high it set earlier this year, doing that before the halving. But I think it will soon enough. At least this quarter. I think it will happen this quarter. I would bet money on that. And I think we have to be patient and let the macro factors, the uncertainty with the election and all these things get cleared out the way. So be patient, guys. And if there's dips, look at opportunities where you can buy, especially on altcoins. I bought some SWE tokens recently around $1.60. So I took a position there, nothing major, but I'm already in profit. SWE has been pumping like crazy. It's over $2 now. So it seems like it's one of those coins where a lot of liquidity is entering in. Now, let me share what some of the analysts are saying. Crypto Wizard says, the golden trap, feast your eyes on this. Gold is painting the way for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin mirrors gold, you'll find that the next up in the high time frame is a new all-time high. And the next phase is imminent. Weather the storm, the parabolic phase is coming. So he outlined the gold chart and how gold was building up this same sideways consolidation for a long time, setting up a bear trap, and then it broke out. Gold has been performing really well, hitting a new all-time high. Bitcoin is kind of lagging behind that, but you see the similar pattern. Now, there's no guarantee that this happens, but similar thing is happening here. In addition, the stock market has always been a leading indicator of what's to come for crypto, and you see the S&P 500 hitting new all-time highs. The NASDAQ also moving upwards, although it needs to move up to break highs again. But the S&P 500 just keeps going. So these things are leading indicators as to what may happen next for Bitcoin and crypto. Now, big news, folks, around Avalanche. Avalanche Shooter Off the Grid becomes top free title on Epic Game Store. So we have a video game built on the Avalanche blockchain that is doing well. This is the first time, and it's been really tough for the crypto industry to break through into the gaming industry. There have been many attempts, but we have not had success until now. This is really great, guys, and this is the future. I've told you guys for years, everything will run on the blockchain. Your social profiles, your traditional assets, your house will be tokenized, all these different things. Well, so will video games and your movie tickets and all these things, right? Entertainment will also leverage blockchain. So this is amazing. Following its early access release, the Avalanche-based battle royale shooter Off the Grid saw notable traction on the Epic Game Store. So let me give you some details how this is set up. The game pits players against each other in a similar way to other battle royale shooters like Fortnite and Apex Legends. Shoot, loot, and survive as the map gets gradually smaller. At the same time, the game features its own Avalanche Layer 1, aka a subnet, for its upcoming gun token and in-game items that can be minted and traded as NFTs. This right here, my friends, remember this moment, Sunday, October 13th. You're watching this either tonight or you're going to be watching in the morning or the days ahead. This is the future of gaming. This is what's coming. There's already the digital marketplace within these games. Putting it on the blockchain will open up secondary and tertiary markets and offer more validity and trust and the ability for us to do a lot more in these games. Because you guys know blockchain just helps to improve the trust and verifiability of all these things. So this right here, bookmark it, whatever. This is the future. Watch the other big game players start to do this as they see this type of activity ramping up. So this is really big. Now, speaking of gaming, and to give you an example of some of the failed attempts to get this done, Arbitrum, which is a layer 2 to Ethereum, their DAO member proposes $120 million recall from gaming fund that missed deadline. So things not going too well here for their gaming program. So a new proposal will see Arbitrum's DAO recall nearly $120 million worth of tokens from the organization's Gaming Catalyst program after its apparent failure to meet several deadlines outlined in its original proposal. The co-founder of Off-Chain Labs, Arbitrum's developer, responded that the fund's operations are super complicated and won't happen overnight in a post on X. Now, this doesn't mean that they've completely failed, but you can see the headwinds that these folks have faced. It has been very difficult to break through into the gaming space, but over the years, I mentioned to you guys GameFi, and I think it's just a matter of iteration and time that you're going to see these different projects be able to get things done. Now, I'll try to get some folks, some Avalanche on. I've been trying to get John Wu of Ava Labs back on to talk about all the great things they've been doing. For example, they helped California tokenize vehicle titles on Avalanche, and they're doing a lot. So I'm going to try to get you guys the interview so you can hear about what they're building, but great stuff ahead. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain, which is one of the top layer 1 enterprise blockchains out there, guys. I've been a VET token holder for years. Many of you know that. It's been in my portfolio. I'm bullish on this project, and many companies and businesses around the world are using VeChain's blockchain to build Web3 apps and decentralized app ecosystems. Some of the key features of the VeChain blockchain includes it's secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. Some of the brands and companies working with VeChain include Givenchy, BMW, Walmart, China, PwC, one of the top 4 accounting firms in the world, Boston Consulting Group, and many more. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vechain.org, link in the description. Now, guys, Donald Trump, presidential candidate and former president, of course, tweeted out just late yesterday, World Liberty Financial Token Sale goes live on Tuesday morning, October 15th. This is your chance to help shape the future of finance. Be there on Monday, October 14th at 8 a.m. Eastern for an exclusive spaces to learn more. Join the waitlist today and be ready for Tuesday. Now, guys, many of you know I am very bullish on Donald Trump's stance on crypto. I give him a ton of credit, coming out, supporting the crypto industry, calling for legislation, calling for Gary Gensler to be fired. And he's spot on in his policy that he's put out in suggesting the United States use Bitcoin for a reserve asset and much more, right? That's to the side. I absolutely agree with that. I don't agree with this project. I tweeted out about it. I think this is too risky for a presidential candidate to do. And if it's not done right, even if it's not Donald Trump's fault himself, the blame will come on to him, right? Because he's associated with it. His kids are running this. So I think this is too risky. I wish he wouldn't do this because I know he's done NFTs, but launching a token has a lot more implications, especially when you're doing DeFi. If I simply buy an NFT, it's pretty straightforward. It's like buying a baseball card or whatever, right? Or some of his other things that he sells, like coins and sneakers and so forth. It's straightforward. But a token, there's a lot more implications and risk here. So I'm not bullish on this. I'm bearish on this. And my hope is this thing does not blow up or somebody doesn't hack it and rug it, because it will be really bad for him as well as the crypto industry. It's going to bring a lot of negative press, as you can imagine. And we don't need that. We don't need another FTX-like situation. I'm not saying he's scamming or stealing money, but the point is the media, the mainstream media, is going to make it look that way. Donald Trump built a crypto project to steal your money, and look, it crashed and it hurt a ton of people. You know what's going to happen, right? And then the narrative is going to run. See, I told you guys crypto was a scam. And the majority of the population who are not educated, who just read headlines, that's the impression they're going to get. So this is something that could set us back. I'm not saying it's going to kill crypto or stop crypto, but just in adoption. FTX did a bit of a damage, right? And we had to do a lot of work to fix that. And my hope is that this doesn't blow up. I hope it goes okay. But I'm bearish on this, and I'm actually a bit concerned because I just don't know who's running this project. Do they have the proper developers? Have they done the proper security checks and all these things? Because you can't just launch a project overnight and try to push it mainstream. Look at all the blockchain projects that have been in this space, like Avalanche and so forth, and VeChain. These guys have been at it for years. They have loads of developers and people constantly testing things and looking for bugs and doing bounties and so forth, right? I worked at a crypto exchange, so I know a lot about these things. So my hope is that they are doing it. We don't know. We don't know who the team is, who the developers are. So I'm a bit concerned, but let me know in the comment section what you guys think and if you're concerned and if you'll be participating. And as I've often stated, verify, don't trust. So that means go and do your homework, make sure everything looks good. Maybe let this thing launch and give it time. Let the dust settle before you go put a ton of money in, right? So just be careful, guys. And once again, two separate things. I am fully in support of Donald Trump's crypto stance, the policy he has put out and so forth. So I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression. But this project, I think he should not have done this, and just because of the risks. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's coming up, and we'll see what the impact is. Heads up, guys, this week I have a new micro documentary coming out, and it's going to be about crypto's Overton window shifting. And of course, Donald Trump is going to be a big part of that, including RFK Jr., and Elizabeth Warren, Gary Gensler, of course. It'll touch a little bit on Kamala Harris, but the majority of it, the meat and potato, is going to be around Donald Trump and how he helped to shift the Overton window. So I should have that out hopefully by maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll let you guys know, but you don't want to miss it. And let me know what you guys think about this news. And also, heads up, I'm going to be at Ripple's Swell Conference on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The conference is actually on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be interviewing quite a few folks there. Some folks from Coinbase, some folks from Ripple. I'll be talking to Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. So I'll try to get you guys as much information and content as possible. I'll try to do some vlogs, during the different speaking gigs. There's going to be people from BNY Mellon and big banks and payment companies. So I'll try to get you guys as much as I can and bring you that content, folks. So, folks, don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. It's on Substack. It includes crypto insights and knowledge. It's a great way to support the podcast. Another great way to support me, guys, is to buy a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble in paperback and digital. If you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. And don't forget to get maybe a copy for your friends and family this holiday. A great way for them to learn about crypto as we head into the fifth wave and, we head to new all-time highs. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.